Part 1. Right now, your brain is doing something strange. Even as you watch this video, it is making decisions without asking for your permission. It decides what grabs your attention, what you remember, who you trust, and even how you feel about yourself. Most people believe they are completely in control of their thoughts, but the truth is far more interesting. Your brain is constantly using mental shortcuts to save time and energy. These shortcuts help you move through life quickly, but they can also trick you into seeing the world in ways that are not always accurate. One of the most powerful shortcuts is called confirmation bias. Imagine someone tells you that a certain person is rude. From that moment, your brain starts looking for proof. If that person ignores a message, your mind immediately says that they really are rude. If they seem distracted during a conversation, that becomes more evidence. But what about the times they were helpful, kind, or respectful? Your brain often ignores those moments because they do not fit the story it has already created. Instead of searching for the truth, the mind starts searching for confirmation. This happens everywhere, especially online. Think about social media. Most people follow accounts that agree with their opinions. They watch videos that support their beliefs and scroll past information that challenges them. Over time, they become surrounded by the same ideas again and again. Eventually, those ideas start feeling like absolute truth, not because they have been carefully examined, but because they have been repeated so many times. Another common trick is known as the halo effect. Imagine meeting someone who is attractive, confident, and well-dressed. Within seconds, your brain starts making assumptions. You may think they are intelligent, trustworthy, successful, or talented. But how do you actually know those things? You don't. Your mind simply takes one positive quality and uses it to create an entire story. The same thing can happen in reverse. A single negative impression can cause us to unfairly judge a person's entire character. This is why first impressions can be so powerful. We often believe we are making logical judgments when, in reality, our brains are filling in missing information with assumptions. The dangerous part is that these assumptions feel completely real. Then there is something called the spotlight effect. Almost everyone experiences it. Have you ever made a mistake in public and felt embarrassed for hours? Maybe you stumbled while walking or said something awkward during a conversation. Your brain convinces you that everyone noticed. It feels like a giant spotlight is shining directly on you. But the reality is much different. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves. They are focused on their own problems, insecurities, and responsibilities. The embarrassing moment that kept you awake all night was probably forgotten by everyone else within minutes. Understanding this can be incredibly freeing. It means you are not being watched as closely as you think. The spotlight exists mostly inside your own head. Another psychological shortcut is social proof. Humans are social creatures. When we are uncertain, we often look at other people for guidance. If a restaurant has a long line outside, we assume the food must be good. If a product has thousands of positive reviews, we trust it more. If millions of people are following a trend, we assume there must be a good reason. Most of the time, social proof can be helpful. It allows us to make quick decisions without gathering all the information ourselves. However, it can also lead us in the wrong direction. History is filled with examples of large groups believing things that later turned out to be completely false. Just because many people believe something does not automatically make it true. Your brain also uses a shortcut called availability bias. This happens when your mind judges how common something is based on how easily examples come to mind. Imagine watching news reports about crime every day. Even if crime rates remain stable, your brain may start believing the world is becoming more dangerous. The reason is simple. Dramatic stories are easier to remember than statistics. The same thing happens with airplane accidents. News coverage makes these rare events highly memorable. As a result, many people feel that flying is more dangerous than it actually is. The brain trusts vivid memories more than objective numbers. One of the strongest psychological forces in human behavior is loss aversion. Research shows that losing something hurts more than gaining something of equal value feels good. Imagine finding $100. you would probably feel happy.